today I am demonstrating how to make Buckeyes. Easiest recipe in the world. We have 3 ingredients. You have 18 ounces of Rice Krispies. You will use the whole box. You have 40 ounces of peanut butter. You will use the whole jar, and you can use creamy or crunchy. Either one is very good. I also have 3 pounds of baking chips. Semi-sweet is what I'm using, but you can also use milk chocolate. Our first step is crushing the Rice Krispies. You can do this 2 ways. You can do it by hand, or you can do it in a blender. If you do it in a blender, don't fill the blender too much. Always remember to put the lid back on, and do it in short spurts. Don't over chop your Rice Krispies. If you do, it'll be too powdery, and it just won't have the same crunch. Crushing it up by hand relieves a lot of frustration. It's a great exercise too, and quite frankly, this is one of my favorite holiday desserts, my favorite holiday cake. Crushing these up ever so fine, but not too fine. You need to crush them so there's not so much air in them when you go later on to ball them up with the peanut butter. Alright, our Rice Krispies look good now. They should be slightly powdery and slightly still intact. Once it looks like this, now you can go ahead and open up your peanut butter and add it to your mixture. This is a chopping in and blending process. You'll wind up using the entire jar of peanut butter. You need to cut it in to this, and it's kind of a slow process. Very simple, but it does take some time. Put all this peanut butter in, mixing it up with the Rice Krispies as you go. And you don't want them too dry. You may be thinking, that's a lot of peanut butter. That's a lot of Rice Krispies, and this will make a good 5 dozen Buckeyes. And that's Buckeyes teaspoon-sized balls. And once you get that chocolate dipped on them, even thicker and even better. And you want it about the very same consistency all the way through. Once this is all mixed up, it will be patted down into the base of the bowl, and then I will put it into the refrigerator to chill. Usually 2 hours, depending if it's a real good chilling refrigerator, is enough. I like to, however, let them sit overnight and then take them up again in the morning and dip them in the melted chocolate. And now we have chopped our peanut butter and our Rice Krispies up to the right consistency. Doesn't that just look absolutely delicious? Now your next process will be actually packing down the peanut butter. The reason you're going to do this is we're going to put it in the refrigerator, and I'm going to set it in the refrigerator overnight to chill and to stiffen up. Give that peanut butter time to just soak right into those Rice Krispies. As you can see, it's really nice and moist looking, and at this point I quit with the spoon. I made sure I've washed my hands, they're nice and clean, and I'm going to pack this down. You want to lay it kind of flat this way. When I pull it out in the morning to make the balls, it will all be nice and chilled and firm. You do not want to put this in the freezer, just the refrigerator. That will be just enough. Always make sure you got extra napkins around too, because it's a messy job, but a tasty one. Hello, and we're back. Our peanut butter and Rice Krispie concoction has had time to chill and set up and firm. I've already rolled up a few balls, but I'm going to show you how to roll them up. I use the rounded measuring spoon, the teaspoon, or the tablespoon. Everybody loves the tablespoon the best, but I'm going to do the teaspoon. It's a real simple process. You just take it and you just, like rolling melon balls, roll them up, and they come out real nice. Pack them down a little bit with your fingers. You don't want to overhandle, because that peanut butter oil will warm up on you. And if your dough seems a little bit soft, put a few more Rice Krispies into it. It doesn't take any time to roll up several of these wonderful little peanut butter Rice Krispie balls. Get a nice stroke down in there, and if it's real firm, you don't even hardly have to pack. Just kind of tap it around. Make sure it's got its shape. Several at a time, and then get them onto that plate. I've got plates covered with wax paper. After I roll these, I will stick these in the refrigerator and allow them to chill again for at least another hour. This way, they've cooled off and they don't have that hand warmth to them. If your balls are too gooey, when you go into dipping them in the chocolate, they will fall apart. And that's disappointing. Very disappointing. And these are how your Buckeye balls, or how your peanut butter balls would turn out for your Buckeyes once they've chilled. Much nicer and cooler. I have my chips in the Pyrex glass, and I'm going to microwave them. I found one of the fastest ways to do it. And now we can step to the kitchen to do that. Microwaving our chips is very simple. Like I said, Pyrex, about a cup full, maybe a cup and a half. I'm going to put it on for 1 minute only. Then I will stir up, mix up the chips a little bit, because they're just going to be slightly melted. I will put them back into the microwave again, and I will microwave them for another minute. Stir them, pop them in them. And the next will be like 30 seconds, maybe a minute. You've got to determine on the thickness of the chocolate and how your microwave actually works. This is our first microwaving. You can see the chips still are not ready. Stir them slightly, don't let them cool too much. Pop it back in there. I'm going to go for a minute and a half. And I'm going to keep an eye on it, making sure that it doesn't scorch. This is after 2 minutes of microwaving. It's still just a little too stiff yet, so I'm going to put it in for the last 20 to 30 seconds. Alright, 25 seconds more, and that looks pretty good. Alright, we're at the table now, and you want to do this fairly quickly. You don't want your chocolate to cool off too much. I like using forks. I know some of my girlfriends will use spoons when they're making their Buckeyes. With a fork, I can get a little bit more handling with them and some of that excess off there. It's very fast, it's very quick, and it is very tasty. If your chocolate does seem to get a little bit stiff on you and you want it a little bit thinner, pop it in the microwave for another 15 to 25 minutes, or 25 seconds. Rolling it around in the chocolate. Pull that off. It smells so lovely. It will take, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before they're set enough to eat. It's a long wait. And this is how you make Ava's Buckeyes.
For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name ever alone this word, but that was when I